Chat. Chat. I'm gonna wait till some people get in here, but it ain't gonna, as you see in the title, it ain't gonna be a regular stream. It ain't gonna be a regular stream. No bullshit. It ain't gonna be a regular stream. Wait for some people to get in here. Wait for some people to get in here real quick. It's not gonna be a regular stream, bro. It ain't gonna be a regular stream. It ain't gonna be a regular stream, bro. I just gotta process this real quick. No bullshit, chat. My fault, chat. My fault, chat. My fault, chat. My fault. I just had to write something real quick. I'm waiting. If I don't see anybody in here, if I don't see nobody in here with it's 9:57, right at 10 o'clock. If I don't see anybody in here, I'm just gonna start it. I'm gonna just start it, bro. I'm gonna just start it. I'm gonna just start it. No bullshit. Cause this shit, like truly, I gotta get some shit off my chest. No cap. I got to. I got to. I got to. I got somebody. Let me see. Let me see. Finally, welcome to another edition of What the Hell is Happening in Sports. It's your boy Nero, the one and only. I tell you, when you look at the Red Sox as a whole for the last few years, one of the main turning points in the season for them is how they fare coming out of the All Star break. Right? You saw it last year. Came out flat, getting swept by the Rockies and somebody else because I don't even want to think last year right now. But then you look at this year, you go into All Star break riding a 10-game winning streak, right? Now, naturally, let me fix my ad real quick. Naturally, a winning streak's not going to last, right? I mean, especially in baseball, you can go on and win it. You can go on a 5, 10 game winning streak, but again, baseball is baseball where anybody can win, right? Just like hockey, baseball is unpredictable. But with this Red Sox team coming out of this All Star break and going into the series that they went into, which I will talk about, you knew it was going to be a challenge, but you also know that this is a good enough team that they can win these games, right? But sadly, we're already on. We're at Tuesday now, right? Red Sox first game out of the All Star break was Friday, so you have 5 games The Red Sox so far are 1-4 and have managed to lose 2 series in a row. It's not the end of the world. It ain't the end of the world. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's still early. Like, when it comes to baseball, there's 162 games in a season. By October, no, I'm not even going to say October because sometimes it's the end of September. But by the end of September, by the last week of September, and going into the first week of October, if your team's in the playoffs, great. If your team misses the playoffs, well, shit, right? Just like any other year. All right, we can get them. We'll get them next year, guys. But shit like that, just when you're in a city that has won over the last 20 years, right? Especially in my lifetime, I'm 25 years old, and I'm not used to my city, a.k.a. Boston, being losers. Some way, shape, or form of winning. Whether it's the Red Sox, the Celtics, the Patriots, the Bruins. You know what I'm saying? Like, this city has established winning. The Red Sox haven't made the playoffs in 3 years. Will it be 4? We don't know. I hope not. But I'm not going to look towards that yet because there's still, like I said, there's still a lot of baseball to be played. But man, some nights are just so fucking frustrating. Real shit. It's so frustrating. But on that note, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give quick recaps of the Red Sox first 5 games coming out of the All-Star break. Again, I mentioned they're 1-4. I'll mention and talk about who they played, especially what happened tonight, because some shit needed to be said. Some shit needed to be said. No bullshit. And then after that, the Red Sox. Well, I wouldn't say the Red Sox, but an analyst asked Alex Cora today about an opposing player that the Red Sox are playing this season. And this opposing player has played with the Red Sox before and actually was an impact player on their last playoff team 4 years ago. And with that being said, that'll be at the end. But with that being said, let's get right into it, chat. Let's get right into it. Alrighty. Game 1, which was Friday afternoon. Actually, this game was actually the first MLB game coming out of the All-Star break. So nobody else played yet. This is the first game that was played, just to give you some context. Red Sox had a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs. They lost that series. Well, I'm bugging. Excuse me. They lost this game. They lost this game 4-1. To give you some key moments, I'm gonna I'm gonna do all the scoring just to make it easy for y'all. If it lets me, can I go down? I can't go down? My fault, chat. Hold on one second. Oh, here you go. Word. No. Is this gonna have me go down all the way? Oh, okay, yeah, word. Say that. I bugged out real quick, chat. My fault. All right. So obviously, first inning, Seiya Suzuki hit his 26th home run. Michael Busch. Excuse me. Fuck. Michael Busch scored. Kyle Tucker scored. 3-0. All right, bingo. Third inning, Roman Anthony doubled to center field. Jane Duran scores. Alex Bregman went to third, but regardless, it's 3-1. And then to cap the game all off, Nico Horner singled on a ground ball to left field. Ian Happ scored. Dansby Swanson second, but you get the gist. 4-1. Chicago. Lucas Giolito, pitching wise, he pitched high, but he got into trouble in that first inning, and they couldn't. The Cubs didn't look back. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Bullpen came in and didn't give up anything after that. Colin Ray got the win for the Cubs and used 5 pitchers to get the save. Word. All right, that's game 1. That is game 1. Game 2. Fox Saturday Baseball. The Cubs took game 2 of the series 6-0. They officially won the series with this win. Now, first inning, Michael Busch homered. Leadoff home run. Kyle Tucker homered. He was the second batter. It's already 2-0. Seventh inning. Matt Shaw homered. 4-0. Oh, actually, I'm bugging, chat. That's what happened first. That's actually what happened first. Those first two things happened. Let me go to the scoring. That's why I looked all fucked up. All right, yeah, so Kyle Tucker, 2-0. All right, word. Bruhan had a sac fly. 3-0. Matt Shaw homered in the 7th inning. 4-0. Pete Crow Armstrong homered in the 8th inning. 5-0. Ian Happ homered after Crow Armstrong. 6-0. All right, word. 6-0 right there. Again, Red Sox. Tough game, but when I show you why, I will show you why. All right, Brian Bayo had a quality start. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He did give up the 2 home runs, right? Murphy, I will say Murphy came in for the last 2 innings. He just got butchered. I mean, they teed off him. He gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, gave up 3 homers. The real story of Saturday's game was Shota Imanaga. 7 innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Keller and Brazier came in. In total, Cubs pitching had 10 strikeouts. But with a guy like Shota Imanaga on the mound, the Red Sox, it's going to be hard. I mean, he's a tough pitcher. He was a Cy Young candidate last year. He's been hurt this year, but now he's finally back. Now he's back. If he would have been healthy, he would have been an all-star. We know that. But he's just a hard guy to hit. Excuse me. He's just a hard guy to hit. And when you're a hard guy to hit, ain't shit gonna happen. Like, shit's not gonna happen if you don't hit the ball. Red Sox couldn't do shit on him. It is what it is, you know. Luckily the Cubs are in the National League. You don't gotta worry about the Cubs twice a year, or even, you know, playing 4 series against them a year. It is what it is. Sox lose the series 2-0. Lose the series, lose the first couple games, they lose the series, right? Game 3, though. Sox finally, the bats woke up in the 7th inning. 6-1 final. 6-1 final on Sunday afternoon. Chicago got the scoring started with Ian Happ. He singled to right field. Dansby Swanson scored. 7th inning, though. It was 1-0 up until the 7th inning. Wilyer Abreu homered. Trevor Story scored. 2-1. 8th inning. Alex Bregman pinch hit 3-run home run. Roman Anthony Cedon Rafaela scored 5-1. And then to cap it off, Abreu, his second home run of the game, 6-1. Red Sox take the third game of the series. Take the rubber match of the series. No, not the rubber match. It's not the rubber match. I think it's Getaway Day. Getaway Day. They take Getaway Day. Now, Red Sox-wise, Garrett Crochet is your stopper. This is your ace. It wasn't a Garrett Crochet-esque start because the Cubs they're a tough bat. They're a tough lineup. But regardless, Crochet came in there. He did what he had to do. Quality start, 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned. Did walk a couple guys, but he struck out 5. Bullpen was lights out. Everybody, Whitlock, Hicks, and Alcala pitched the inning, all had a strikeout. The Cubs, on the other hand, Cade Horton, 5 2/3, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. So he was tough to hit, but the walks killed him. And then their bullpen, 5 pitchers again. Presley gave up the first home run to Abreu. Pomeranz gave up the second home run to Bregman. Roberts gave up the third home run, which was the second of William Abreu. But there you go. Red Sox take getaway day. All right, you lose the series 2-1. Fine. But at least Garrett Crochet did his job and the bats did their job. They finally woke up. So we all thought it would be in that moment when William Abreu hit those home runs. I thought that okay, all right, okay, you know we're not, I wasn't gonna say yo we're back. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't saying the Red Sox were back yet, you know. But at least I was starting to say like, all right, now the bats are back. All right, let's see what's up. Because this next series, who they go to, it's going to be another tough team. And mind you, I will say, this road trip for the Sox, and then they come home on, they have their next home game on Friday. But regardless, this 3-series stretch is against the top teams in the National League. 1, 2, and 3. And it was 1, 2, and 3 up until the Red Sox pulled that win off on Sunday. Because now the Cubs are number 2 in their division. But when you were going into it, it was 1, 2, 3, right? Cubs and the 2 other teams who I will get into next, if you haven't tuned into Red Sox baseball. So the Red Sox, they traveled to Philadelphia. First game was last night. Sadly, Red Sox lost it in extras, 3-2. They lost it in extras. Tough pill to swallow. But I will say this was a great game. This was a great game. It just ended pretty sadly. It did. But to get into the scoring, Jarren Duran had a leadoff home run. First inning, 1-0. Fourth inning, Nick Castellanos singled. Bryce Harper scored 1-1. Then right after, JT Realmuto singled. Castellanos scored. It's 2-1. Sixth inning, Trevor Story singled. Bregman scored. 2-2. And then in the 10th inning, it says right here, and I'll actually watch this. I'm going to play this video for y'all. Edmundo Souza reaches on a catcher's interference by Carlos Narvaez. Brandon Marsh scored. 3-2 final. Before we get into the stats. This is what actually happened, Chad. This is what happened. I'm going to try to... Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to try to... Okay, bet. I had to make sure. My fault, Chad. I actually had to make sure that I wasn't on mute the whole fucking time because that would have been so ass. I had to make sure. I wasn't on mute on this shit. But, all right. This is the catcher's interference, Chad.
That pitch just a bit outside. That catcher's interference? That's a good question.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. There is catcher's interference.
Wow! The Phillies have wanted a catcher's interference.
Hey, tag your bags.
Baseball is amazing. And what a celebration.
Brutal.
In one of the craziest finishes you will ever see.
Brutal, chat. Brutal. Fucking brutal.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a reward.
Fucking brutal. Now. Yep, so Carlos Narvaez, he was in a tough spot, but sadly it's baseball, chat. It's baseball. Box scores wise, I'm not even going to really get into the hitting because I already kind of played it out. But Walker Buehler started last night's game. He actually pitched great. He did. He actually pitched great. This is one of his arguably was his best start of the year. And naturally, it came out that Buehler, he went to Atlanta So he was in Atlanta for All-Star weekend, for the All-Star festivities, but he was visiting a pitching lab, which I respect that because he's had a tough year. He wants to get back into the swing of things and try to get his mojo back on the mound. And it showed. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned. He did give up a walk, but he had 4 strikeouts. Chapman, Whitlock, 8th and 9th. They came in and did their job. Chapman, he didn't struggle, but Chapman was a little bit off, but it was his first appearance back from the All-Star break, so, he got the job done, though, but it took a little bit of time for him to get out the inning. Whitlock struck out the side in the 9th. Jordan Hicks came in. He walked a couple guys. And obviously with the Narvaez interference, it is what it is. But those walks kind of hurt. But obviously for the Phillies, they came out with the win. Zach Wheeler did not have his best stuff. The Red Sox teed off on him, got a couple runs off him. But regardless, it was still a quality start. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned, 10 Ks. Didn't walk nobody. He did give up a home run again to Duran. But then their bullpen, Banks, Keckering, Strom, Lazar, all came in and were lights out. 16 strikeouts on the night for Phillies pitching. Unfucking believable. So, yep, currently, obviously the Sox lose the first game of the series. So now, 1-3 out of the All-Star break. And then tonight, 4-1 final. Sox lose again. Have dropped both the series coming out of the All-Star break. Scoring-wise, Castellanos single to center. Trey Turner scored 1-0. Second inning, Max Kepler homered 3-0. I'm bugging chat. I gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop doing this. All right, word. I'm back to the scoring. Second inning, yeah, Max. Bugging. All right, yeah, 1-0. Then Richard Fitz started. He balked. Bryce Harper scored 2-0. That's still in the first inning. Second inning, Max Kepler homered 3-0. Then right after, Kyle Schwarber homered 4-0. Finally, to cap off the night in the fourth inning, Rob Refsnyder homered 4-1 final. Not much for the Sox bats today. Not that much. And I tell you, here's why. Richard Fitz took the loss. He only pitched 3 1/3. Gave up 6 hits, 4 earned. Did strike out 4, but he gave up 2 home runs. The bullpen was lights out for the rest of it. Bernardino, Murphy, and Weiser all pitched. Did not give up a run. Bernardino and Murphy each had 2 strikeouts. Bullpen was solid. But the main story was Christopher Sanchez. Some might call him an all-star snub this year, but in reality, he would have been in the all-star game. He just opted out, so he wasn't considered an all-star. Complete game. Gave up 4 hits, 1 earned, like I said, the Refsnyder home run, and 12 strikeouts. So, 16 strikeouts last night by Phillies pitching. 12 strikeouts tonight. So far, Zach Wheeler and Christopher Sanchez, along with the bullpen from last night, have just made the Red Sox look like, for the most part, with the strikeouts-wise, a bunch of nobodies. You ain't gonna win games when you're striking out for the most part when you're striking out over 10 times. For the most part, if you're getting consistent hits and runs, all right, word. But if you're not getting no offense and you're striking out a lot, it ain't gonna do you no good. It ain't gonna do a damn thing for you. It ain't gonna do a damn thing for you. I just gotta breathe. Well, I wouldn't really breathe, but I really just gotta think about this shit because it makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. No bullshit. It makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense. It does. Because, I mean, it's, it's the Sox, and not every game's going to be perfect. I get it. It's just fucking frustrating. I want these guys to win so bad. They still have a winning record, It's still a winning record, but it's just, I just wish it could be better. But on that note, again, Red Sox, just like this score, actually, funny enough, are 1-4 coming out of the All-Star break. 1-4. It's getaway day tomorrow. Lucas Giolito's on the mound. All you can do is salvage a win and go back to Boston, because when they get back to Boston, they're going to be playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. And you know what that means. They're going to be playing Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Paez, and most importantly, former Red Sox MVP, former Red Sox beloved hero, Mookie Betts. And even though he's having a tough year, it's still Mookie Betts at the end of the day. They're going to be facing a gauntlet. Now, the Dodgers themselves are in a rut. But it's still the fucking Dodgers. Real talk. It's still the Dodgers. So you can never count them out. World Series champions last year. It's still the Dodgers. Let's see if the Red Sox can figure it out tomorrow. I hope they can. And tomorrow is primetime baseball. The game's going to be on ESPN. They got to do something. Now, with a player I actually mentioned earlier in this game who hit a home run, some interesting remarks came out earlier today on this player. And that player is Mr. Kyle Schwarber, a.k.a. the former Kyle from Wthhs. And what does this say? This article from Bleacher Report, it's by Scott Pulasic. Red Sox Alex Cora very intrigued by Phillies Kyle Schwarber looming free agency. Now, it's a little quick article. I'm going to read it real quick. The Red Sox face the Phillies on Tuesday, which put the upcoming offseason somewhat in the spotlight. After all, Phillies slugger Kyle Schwarber is set for free agency after the 2025 season, and the Red Sox could be a potential suitor. Boston manager Alex Cora told reporters he is very intrigued by the veteran's looming free agency, especially since he managed Schwarber during the 2021 season after the American League East team acquired him via trade from the Washington Nationals. He's a guy that, in a short period of time, he touched everyone here. Schwarber's resume includes a 2016 World Series title with the Chicago Cubs, 3-time All-Star selection, and 3 Silver Sluggers. While he is in his age 32 season, he has been one of the best offensive forces in the league this year for Philadelphia with a 248, 377 OBP, 553 slugging percentage, 32 home runs, 74 RBIs, right? Power hitter. He does the job for you, right? He surely embraced himself to Boston fans when he launched 3 home runs in 11 postseason games in 21 while helping lead the team to the American League Championship Series, and it isn't difficult to envision him hitting home runs at Fenway Park next season depending on how his free agency unfolds. Excuse me. The Red Sox also lost the powerful left-handed bat they previously had in the lineup when they traded Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants and could use a replacement in coming years. Perhaps Schwarber, excuse me, I be talking in tongues, will be that replacement. Now, would I love a reunion with Kyle Schwarber? Fuck yeah, I would. Again, he can be your DH. When he was playing with the Red Sox, he was playing first base. Either or, most likely he'd be a better DH, right? You bring him in the fold, that's another power bat. He's played here in Boston. He's lived up to the hype. The power numbers when he played here weren't crazy. I think he only had 7 home runs. He didn't, so, but regardless, he's still a power guy. This is a ballpark he is used to. He can hit the ball. This is an environment he was used to. I am all in on bringing Kyle Schwarber back for free agency. I'm all in. I'd do it. The question is, though, is Dave Dombrowski going to work his magic and sign him to a nice contract? That's the thing. We'll wait and see on that. But if the Red Sox can grab a guy like Kyle Schwarber again in free agency, man, that's more power in that lineup. Yeah, he's a left-handed hitter, but I mean, shit. I don't think Abraham Torres is going to be on the team next year. Rob Refsnyder I think this might be his last go around. You need another bat. And who better to do it than Kyle Schwarber? Who better? But I tell you, Chad, I will say, with the deadline looming, they can address first base. And they should address first base. By the way, appreciate everybody for tuning in. I should have said that earlier. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, all that. Help a brother out. But regardless, like I was saying, if the Red Sox address first base at the deadline, whether it's Ryan O'Hearn or Josh Naylor, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. With a guy like Josh, if they get either one of them, if I want to re-sign a guy at the end of the year, because they're both going to be free agents at the end of the year, I would re-sign Josh Naylor, and I'd also bring Kyle Schwarber. Power bats. Bring some more power. Only thing I would be worried about with Josh Naylor is can he perform well here like he's performing in Arizona right now? Can he? That's it. If he can, great. But I tell you, it's going to be a looming trade deadline, and it's going to be a long off season. Regardless, get what you got to get at the deadline. Get what you got to get in free agency next year. But one thing I will say, if the Red Sox can, grab Kyle Schwarber, Craig Breslow. If you're going to do something right for once, like truly right, bring Kyle Schwarber back in the fold. Bring him back in the fold. This is a guy made for Boston. There's no bullshitting around that. It's a guy made for Boston. Again, like it said in the article, he touched a lot of people while he was here. Fuck it. Bring him the fuck back. It's only right, But we'll wait and see on that, chat. I tell you, it's been frustrating. I wasn't going to really crash out. I wasn't going to crash out or anything on this. I wasn't, but 1-4 so far, the Red Sox out of the All-Star break. They got to get it done tomorrow. Got to get it done. They do. But anyway, chat. Anywho. This was a quick stream for me. It was only almost 34 minutes. I wasn't going to spend too much time because I got some shit to do. What I will say is, I'm probably, just to give you an update, I'm definitely going to be on again this week. My work schedule changed. I now work Monday through Friday, which is great for me because now I got the weekends. So I'll still go live during the week, though. Today's Tuesday, so most likely I'm going to be live tomorrow after the Red Sox game again. Recap on that. Talk about any other shit that went on in sports. Thursday or Friday, possibly, but most likely Saturday. Actually, no, I can't say. Maybe Saturday, but most likely Sunday, So that's how it's generally going to be from now on. But yeah, no, I got some shit to do involving college football 26. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try to start streaming college football 26 on YouTube. I know I can. I'm going to set that up on my on the PS5, and get it popping because I want y'all to see my road to glory. I might also do a what's it called? Whatchamacallit? I might do a dynasty. Couldn't think of the word. I might do a dynasty also. But yeah, college football 26. I'm about to get crazy. I'm about to be on All TV. My dog All TV, who always been here. Shout out to All TV. Been on. My nigga Elijah. All that. Shout out to the Bay State media because they probably tuned in. If they didn't, they didn't. But they always tune in. Shout out to Amari and the Bay State media. Go follow them on Instagram and on YouTube at the Bay State media. And for us here at What the Hell's Happened in Sports, follow me on Instagram. The links, it's going to be in the bio, link in the bio, at WTHHS617. I'm also going to put the TikTok in the bio as well. But yeah, like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow the gram, follow Bay State Media on YouTube and on Instagram. But yeah, without further ado, this has been another edition of What the Hell's Happened in Sports. It's your boy Nero. I will be back tomorrow. And hey, soon enough, I'm going to be screaming at college football 26. But yeah, chat. Love y'all. Sleep well. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow night.